The girl who lost everything and found Jesus. In the beautiful coastal city of Negombo, Sri Lanka, where palm trees danced with the ocean breeze and luxury houses stood beside humble huts, there lived a girl named Ruchi. Ruchi was known everywhere. She was tall, beautiful, elegant. Her long black hair flowed like silk down her back. Her eyes were sharp and confident. She always wore expensive clothes, imported shoes, and gold jewelry her father bought from Colombo. Her father was one of the richest businessmen in the city. She studied at the most prestigious private school. Everyone admired her. But not everyone loved her. Because Ruchi had a proud heart. She believed one thing deeply. Poor people are poor because they are unlucky and weak. She never said it loudly, but she showed it in her actions. One afternoon, Ruchi entered the most popular cafeteria near her school. The cafeteria was filled with students laughing, eating burgers, and drinking milkshakes. Ruchi walked in confidently with her rich friends, Nethmi and Alina. They took their usual table near the window. Suddenly, a quiet girl approached. Her name was Ronnie. Ronnie wore an old, faded uniform. Her shoes were worn out. Her hair was tied simply. She held a small lunchbox in her hand. She spoke softly. Ruchi, may I sit here? All other tables are full. Ruchi slowly looked up at her. She stared at Ronnie's clothes. Her lips twisted in disgust. She leaned back in her chair. Then she spoke coldly. No. Ronnie froze. Ruchi continued. This table is not for people like you. Her friends giggled. Ronnie's eyes filled with tears. She whispered, I just wanted a place to sit. Ruchi replied sharply. Go sit somewhere else. Or better, go home. Ronnie lowered her head. She walked away quietly. No one noticed the tear that fell onto her lunchbox. Except God. A few weeks later, a new boy came to class. His name was Daniel. He wore old clothes. His shirt was clean but faded. His shoes were cracked. He walked nervously into the classroom. The teacher said, Class, this is Daniel. He is new. Please welcome him. Daniel looked around, searching for a place to sit. The only empty seat was next to Ruchi. He walked toward it slowly. Before he could sit, Ruchi raised her hand. Teacher. The teacher looked at her. Yes, Ruchi. Ruchi said loudly. I don't want him to sit next to me. The classroom went silent. The teacher frowned. Why? Ruchi replied. He smells. And he doesn't belong here. Daniel froze. His face turned pale. His hands trembled. The teacher said firmly, Ruchi, that is not kind. But Ruchi crossed her arms. I don't care. Daniel quietly moved to the back corner. He sat alone. He stared at his desk. He blinked back tears. Months later, Ruchi hosted a grand birthday party at her luxury house. The house was decorated with lights. Music filled the air. Rich students came with expensive gifts. Then Clara arrived. Clara was poor, but she had saved money for months to buy a small gift. She wore her best dress, simple but clean. She walked to Ruchi and smiled. "Happy birthday, Ruchi." She handed the gift. Ruchi looked at the small package. She laughed mockingly. "This is it?" Her friends laughed too. Clara's smile faded. Ruchi said coldly, "You shouldn't have come." Clara whispered, "I thought we were classmates." Ruchi turned away. Clara stood there, humiliated. She slowly walked out of the party. Alone. One morning, a sick woman came to clean the classroom. She was weak. Her hands trembled. She coughed while sweeping. She was Daniel's mother. She worked hard to support her son. Suddenly, she accidentally dropped a bucket of water near Ruchi's desk. Water touched Ruchi's expensive shoes. Ruchi jumped up angrily. "What did you do?" The sick mother said weakly. "I'm sorry, miss." Ruchi shouted. "Look at you! Dirty! Sick! You people ruin everything." Students watched in silence. The poor mother lowered her head. Tears fell from her tired eyes. Daniel watched from the back. His heart broke. 3 months later. One rainy evening, Ruchi was driving home with her friends. They were laughing loudly. Music was playing. Suddenly, a truck appeared in front of them. The driver lost control. The car crashed violently. Everything went dark. When Ruchi woke up, she was in the hospital. Her body hurt everywhere. She tried to move her left hand. She couldn't feel it. She turned her head. She saw nothing there. Her left hand was gone. She screamed, "No! No!" Tears streamed down her face. Her life had changed forever. Weeks passed. Her rich friends stopped visiting. One by one, they disappeared. They didn't call. They didn't text. They didn't care. Ruchi sat alone in her room. One day, she called her friend Alina. "Can you visit me?" Alina replied coldly, "I'm busy." Then she hung up. Ruchi cried all night. For the first time in her life, she felt worthless. She felt rejected. She felt alone, just like the people she had hurt. One afternoon, someone knocked on her door. Ruchi opened it. It was Ronnie. Ruchi froze. She whispered, "Why are you here?" Ronnie smiled gently. "I came to see you." Ruchi began crying. "After everything I did to you?" Ronnie said softly. "Yes." Ruchi fell to her knees. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was cruel, proud, heartless." Ronnie knelt beside her. She said gently, "Jesus taught me to forgive." Ruchi looked up. "Why?" Ronnie replied, because Jesus forgave those who hurt him. She continued, in the Holy Bible, Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." John 13 verse 34. Ruchi cried deeply. No one stayed. Everyone left. Ronnie held her hand. I'm here. Ronnie visited Ruchi every day. She taught her about Jesus, about love, about humility, about forgiveness. One day, Ruchi said, I was blind, even when I had two hands. Ronnie smiled. But now you see with your heart. Ruchi gave her life to Jesus Christ. She changed completely. She began helping poor people. She fed the hungry. She comforted the sick. She used her wealth to serve others. Not for pride, but for love. Final scene. One day, Ruchi stood in front of a group of poor children. She said, I once believed poor people were unlucky. She paused. But I was the unlucky one. She smiled softly. Because my heart was empty. She looked up. But Jesus filled it with love. Ruchi lost her hand. But she found her soul. She lost her pride. But she found Jesus. And that changed everything.